Welcome back to Factorio. My name is Nilaus and this is Space Exploration, and I have a confession. I was wrong. It doesn't happen often, but luckily I'm in the fortunate position that I have 10,000 people ready to point out my mistakes in the comment section of YouTube videos. So thank you for that, I guess. Anyway, let's start by just fixing that and then diving into the game. So last time in the previous video, I did some work on these rockets and I made it a little bit overly complicated, and I usually do, well, not usually, well, sometimes I make things overly complicated, but in this case there wasn't really any point to it. So the way it works, the way it should work, you could say, is that you can just set the launch on full cargo, because then it won't launch as long as you can see here it says delayed, waiting for the target landing pad to be empty. Manual launch can override. And that's the part that I didn't do. I was sort of controlling this with rockets, controlling this with circuits to check whether it had enough fuel, which I don't need because it's not going to launch if it doesn't have enough fuel. Check if it has enough space capsules, and or if it's ready to launch. There's no reason to check whether it's ready to launch because it's not going to launch unless it's ready to launch. So those conditions were irrelevant. Then I was sort of saying a command coming from orbit saying, what do we need? And then if there was a need for it and the rocket was full, then it was sent off. But I could actually just simplify it by just saying send if full always, because then I can send it to any plate, and as long as it's not full. The only condition is that if you look up here, now we're up in orbit, and that means I have to make a change. That means I need to keep the majority of our items inside the landing pad so that it doesn't empty. You can see here, 36,000, 15,000, 47. All right, so let's actually just go here and see if that works. Ooh, I hate doing live testing, but let's see if that works. Then we're going to go back to... I wish you could see if there was one inbound. It's probably not coming inbound because it's... Well, I don't know. It should be coming inbound. Let's have a look, and maybe it's because something is not set up correctly for this. And we'll just zoom over to the other end. I have placed these locations as far away as possible from each other. That's the old one. Where was the last one? So we just have to roam around and find that location. Well, somewhere I have another launch facility. I have one there, and then I have one, oh, right here. This one. So, there. You, my friends. Are you ready to launch? Oh! Look at that, 49,000, technically 50,000. So while I was just roaming around, it actually sent in the rocket automatically. That's perfect. Perfect indeed. That's exactly what we wanted. We wanted it to be fully automated and it fills up. So whenever one of these is empty, then it should be requesting another rocket coming in automatically. Great. And I need sort of a lot of these facilities, and I've just blocked them off so that they don't fill up this entire thing, but they only fill up enough to sort of grab it with robots or with belts, as we do here. Perfect. So let's jump on back and take a look at it. So that makes it a lot more simple to do this. And now this one will start requesting and it'll fill up to 50,000. There's one minor caveat here. This one is also interesting. This is not ready. Cargo is not ready, and a space capsule is not ready. So we're actually waiting for a space capsule to be produced and thrown in here. It'll get here eventually. But if we look at the one down here, the one little bit of a disadvantage is that it takes 100,000 red circuits plus another 16 plus 16 here. So this is 132,000 red circuits in one place, plus whatever I have up here. That's another 27. So that's another 35,000. So I have kind of a little bit silly buffers here, which of course is going to be draining our resources. But more importantly, when someone decides to blow this up, as happens right here, you can see the crater. This was blown up and I lost 80,000 red circuits. Then this one was blown up and I lost 80,000 green circuits as well. So the answer to losing 80,000 of each is to make sure that the buffer is now 100,000. So next time I'm going to lose 100,000. This one also got nuked, and this one is having a really big issue with filling up. Let's have a look in orbit and to see if it's actually up here. Yes, there it is. There's 12,000 here, so it actually is filling up. So that means now we are having a fully automated way to send things up into orbit from Novice, and it works. Then I'm putting it on a bus, and well, that bus it's a little bit spaghetti up here, but eventually we can probably fix it. We're going to do like a big bus build. It's not going to be a complete bus because there will be way too many components, but it's going to be a bus that sort of has some of the things that we think we'll be using a lot of. There'll probably be more liquids, there'll be more belts of stuff, and we'll just see. I'm reserved 1, 2, 3 substation locations, which is 36 lanes in total, and I make them like this. So I've also moved some things around, and down here we have another location. This is our cargo landing pad for science. Let's get some science in here. What do we want to get? We can get some of these city things, but we can also get, so we're kind of running out of stuff we can get before we need to get to Vulcanite, which will be one of the next thing, which will actually be the next stream. So if you want to watch the next stream, that is on Wednesday. So Wednesday and Sundays are the ones that usually, it's always Sundays, and it's sometimes Wednesdays. So I'm streaming it on Twitch TV/Nilaus, and we'll take some of these at 8 p.m. Central European time. There we go. 6 some of those. That'll probably unlock other stuff. Ooh, energy science. We can also get that. No, we are definitely not ready for this. So this one is now saying this is called cargo rocket silo inbound, and this. And everyone keeps asking me, how do you make these here? You just copy them from like a Unicode or something, and then once you have it one place, then you copy it in here. You can also, and I see a lot of people once in a while coming into my Twitch chat and doing a command exclamation point arrows, and then you get these and you can copy them into your game. See some people once in a while coming in there for that. Anyway, we are going to need 2 more things for this. We are going to get the what are they called? This one, the space science, yes, and this one will get the other science, that is utility science, and I'll get in here. That one goes the other way, so that's one more. And if we are getting this one, yes, it's coming in here. There we go. And they now start spinning. They're all fully booked, and that means we have science working again. So that means these locations here, we can't make them as big because there's kind of something in the way. But on the other hand, I mean, I don't even know if I need this, but I don't know. I probably could make it here. I think I should. Maybe I'll just kind of forget this. Anyway, what are we going to do up here today? Well, let's first go back to Nilaus there and go over to our... where are you? It's always difficult to find things in the space. It's getting pretty big. I'm just looking at the mini-map. There we go. So these are the old locations, and as you can see, I'm just draining them for resources, and then I can take them out again. But this one is going to be a combined one, and I'm not really sure I like the fact that I'm sending equal amounts of all sciences, because maybe I don't really need that. I probably don't need it for military science. I probably don't need to keep sending military science, so I can... And this one is now full. I think it's full. Yes, full. There, and I will now do this trigger that says launch on cargo full, and it has to go to that one, so it should be launching automatically. Launch in progress. Great. So that launches just because it's full, and then we'll start filling up again from all of these different locations, and that means we'll have a way too much military science up there. But at some point we'll have to cap the military science to make sure that we don't send more military science up there. But here we go. Stuff is coming inbound. There we go. And what I also think we need is this kind of thing here. And that one, maybe just a smaller one. There. Because that just needs to be thrown out. And gotten rid of. And that means we now have a lot of science ready to go up here. And they're all just funneling in. And when it's ready, when it's emptied, which it won't be because it won't be emptying all of the military. It actually won't be emptying any of these generally. If you look at this. Yeah, so that means we now have a lot of science. 20,000 of each science ready to go, plus whatever we are building. So, time for us. Oh, look at that. It's going pretty cool, pretty quick. So, what is it we want to do? Well, there are a number of things that we built that is... not quite ready. For example, here we have a storage tank. Oh, I should actually be filling it into the storage tank right now. These storage tanks are full of contaminated cosmic water. We need to replenish that contaminated cosmic water. And that means we need a decontamination plant down here for repurposing that. So let's try and build that here. I think that should be a small build. So that would be one thing that we definitely need to do a decontamination, and it's going to be at this point, and I want to place it in the middle. Let's see, does that feel middle-ish? Yes, that definitely feels middle-ish. And what do we want? We want this one. Cosmic water becomes, no, contaminated cosmic water becomes normal cosmic water with 1% loss, and then contaminated biosludge, and we'll just store the biosludge for a rainy day, and then some contaminated scrap that we'll also just throw away at some point. So this should be pretty simple. We're going to be storing like this. It's coming in here and it's going out there. Good. And I'll be making one of these as well. And that one. Maximum one back. Maximum one back. And then in here. In here. In here. In here. And what did I want again? This one, I think. That's the contaminated sludge. Whoops. What? Oh, why did I put it on the contaminated sludge? It's not that one. Alright. Move it over. That works. And then I start pushing it out instead. Because we do have some in here, but I don't want to get all of this out. And that will now flow in here. Yes, please. And you are working. Great. Alright, so this one should always work. I'm pretty sure I'm feeling that this one should always work. And then the only difference is that the other one, the one that is making fresh water, if that's a thing, let's see, that has to be here. This one should then be stopped up here. First, though, I need to get this out. That's a little bit weird, but here, let's get this one out because I want to get rid of this. And yeah, so I only want one storage here, and that means I'm also going to do that one just to fill this one up first. So this is just a matter of removing these 1000 or this part here. Good. So this one needs to be removed, and then after that, so they have a little bit less of a buffer. This one will be sort of a buffer that flows out, but it will be balanced. Yes, it'll be balanced. It'll be, yes. I'm okay. The point is, and I'll set it up and then I can explain. But the point is that I want this one only to work when I am losing cosmic water. But right now I have way too much cosmic water. So let's get that sorted. This one, and then we also have some sludge. Sludge is going to be like a complete non-issue. So let's just make it like this. Here we go. That's definitely enough for the sludge. And then the only remaining thing is, that's the one liquid thing, that one. And that will just be out here. And that will be put into a box because just throw it away. Interesting. Why is... Oh, it's 1% chance of a contaminated scrap. Okay, it just means that... Yeah, okay, just get it there. Cool. So let me set that up, the filtering. So now I've set up the filtering. This one is producing new cosmic water. It will only be activated when the total amount of cosmic water in this box is less than 5,000. It really shouldn't be less than 5,000. It actually never should be less than 5,000. But eventually it will be once all of the cosmic water is used. And the way I then do over here is that this one will just keep pushing, filling up the local buffer and then pushing out, which also means that it'll fill up this buffer as well, because there's no other pumps in this network. So that means it keeps the high pressure on the cosmic water, and it tries to sort of get rid of all of this stuff. So now it's all about just using the cosmic water and then trying to get rid of the contaminated cosmic water as well. And I think that it's important as well to remove this part here, because that means that I don't want it to be pressured out here into the network. I just want it to flow into the network. That means you can see now it flows down. That means the place where we are actually producing the polluted cosmic water. I have no clue where that is, but somewhere I'm producing, yeah, there we go, polluted cosmic water. Then that is important to be pushing it out of this location. So if you're producing something, then it has to go out here. Yes. All right, what is missing? This is producing an awful lot of blank data cards. That's all good. They're going to go back on the bus here. And, well, we have done the recycling here, so that's fine. We can ignore the biosludge for a while and get when we get that. But here we have another issue of things that are being produced. And that is coming in here. We're producing something, and that gets us into a lot of these cards, junk cards. So I want to get those junk cards also recycled. So it's all about the recycling here. And if I can then say it's all about recycling, then you'll forget that it's also all about me making silly mistakes. So we'll gracefully ignore that. I think this one will be backwards. Yeah, let's go backwards. There'll probably be other junk cards. Let's go backwards. Oh, not that far backwards, because we need to do a recycling thing. So that is, we now need to get the junk cards here. That will be turned into broken cards or into a blank data card in a supercomputer. Okay, so we have one of those ready. We always do. There we go. And that will be placed down here. That's really difficult to see where that... here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That doesn't seem even, does it? Okay, it's as good as it can get. There. This one will then be refurbishing the data cards. Okay, we're actually starting to see things being attacked and taking damage here. I'll just be pumping these two in just for now. So this gets us some data cards, and it gets us some junk cards. If we look here, there. That gets us some broken cards. Broken cards, what can we do about those? Oh, not... There's only one thing we can do. We can turn them into 5 scrap in a recycling machine. Okay, so let's throw a recycling machine in here as well. There we go. And that will recycle scrap cards. Great. And again, that will be just put into just one of these. It's very simple. And I will be getting this one here. This will be the junk cards. They are broken data cards, and the other cards are going to go out. So it's going to be one inbound and another one outbound, which will be the blank cards. Great. Right, so the blank card... Oh, hold on. Actually, let's do it different. Let's do it like this. So that comes in, and this goes out. I know I don't have to do this, but I kind of like following this pattern. And that goes up here. And then I just need to make sure that it goes on the top one. It does not. Okay. It would if I did it over here. Yeah, let's do that. And then pretend that that's how I always wanted it. And also save here. Good. And then let's get this one over here so that it also looks like that was on purpose all along. Here. And I know that it's a complete waste of materials. And I also saw some comment about not exporting steel to orbit. I need steel in orbit. Why? Because I need an absolute ton of these things. Like lots of pipes, lots of belts, lots of platforms as well. And I need it because of the way I want to build. So that's just the way it is. Let's see. What else? Ooh, an astrometrics laboratory. I have no idea what that's for. But we can also just get some laser thingies and more laser thingies and more blow up thingies and more ammo thingies. We probably need it. We can also get the artillery that we don't really need, but sure. And then get this one for this damage. So that's, at this point, it's just get more stuff. Cool. So this is now ready to go out. Let's get you out on it. Yeah. Ah, it's not working. Of course it's not working. The reason why it's not working is because I am not getting the liquids in here. This part here. Here. And that is the cool stuff. I think. Yes, that's the inbound side. Yep, that was the cool stuff. And let's get the lukewarm cooling fluid back in the loops so it gets back into the cooler. And that will be here. All good. Hold on. One to two. Yeah, that's too much. So this is getting pushed back, and this is always full. So we want to make sure that the ones that have to always absorb, like the warm thermoliquid, is never a full belt, full one. Same with this one. This must never be a full pipe, because then it can't put more into network. While the other ones, the ones that are only consumed, should always be full, because then there's maintain high pressure. So here we have that, and we should see, oh, look at that, we are getting a lot of that stuff outbound, and it's just working nice and slowly. This is also working. Can I get one of these and then 3 of those? That's probably just cutting down on, should be fast enough to, not really fast enough to deal with that. Interesting. Then I just add more. There. So that worked actually really well. I need to do one more thing that I really want to do, and I think that's important. And that is, currently we have these solar panels, and I want to get more of these solar panels because they are super efficient flat solar panels, and I want to get more so that we can expand, because I am just throwing these speed modules at things left, right, and center. And well, even though I have a lot of power right now, it's not going to continue just being plenty of power. So I need to build something that actually takes care of that build. And let's see, that seems to be in the middle. And is this? Yeah, so it needs to go one down, I think. Kind of just get it 4 away from the border is a good number. So what it is I want to make solar panels, but that means I need to make multispectral mirror. Multispectral mirror is something that's used for something. I'm sure it's used for something else. It's used for, well, that one. Multispectral mirror, it's used for random science, and then the solar panels, and something and something and something and something and something and something. Okay, so some telescopes and stuff. One of them is for a science thing. But at this point, I think we'll just make the mirror like that. And that's a lot of stuff we have. But let's have a look at it. Lubricant we got. Chemical gel we got on the bus. All these things we have on the bus. Isn't that amazing? That's great. I think it's awesome. So let's make that on the bus here. First, I think we want to get these things back on the bus as well. And let's just see if we can copy something like this. That works. There and there. All good. Let's please hope that it actually gets somewhere. And this, I think, would be up here. Lubricant. And the next one is here. Perfect. Oh, this fits perfectly. Great. That is 2 of the things. Sweet. Now, what is it I need? I need low density and heat shielding. They're on the same, and then glass and steel. Okay. So one is easy, and that's this one. I'll just get you here, because that's a simple combination. There. All good. So now I need glass and steel. Glass is here, for example. But I don't think I can make it here. So I think I'll take it over on this side. Yeah. And that one. And then this will be the glass. I hope it's not outside the limit. Oh, it might be outside. Oh, it's outside. No, it's not outside. Nope, it's fine. It's a pretty big box. There we go. And then I have to get the steel, and that has to be... Whew. Damn. Really? There we go. Easy peasy. What I've done here is I've now linked the steel coming in here, go on the other side. So this one is now steel and glass. Looking good. I kind of want this one moving one out just because it'll look better. Yes, let's do that for absolutely no reason. There we go. It is now working, and we need 2 things outbound. We need one thing that is moving forward. And, well, actually, I think I need this in a box as well. And then I need that in a box. So this box will be for junk. Junk is here. And this box will be for the mirrors, because we do need some mirrors. They are here. And then I can only do that one onwards. And I need another one, because the only place you can make this is in one of those space manufacturers. So that can be done here. Then we could build the solar panels again, but we're not gonna. We are just simply gonna request them in. How could... Oh, that's not what I wanted. There. Definitely not request this. But I am going to request the solar panels. And the solar panels are actually something I built for myself, because I couldn't help myself, and that will go out here. Just 20. I think it stacks to 20. And, well, that should be fine. So there we go, and I don't need this to be faster. This is pretty damn fast anyway. So all I need is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. They are fine. This is also fine. It's definitely going to keep up. And of course, it's now blocking this area. I could also make it to this side if I wanted to, but I kind of expected it to block. So that's where we have it now. And up here we have solar panels is being crafted from the bus with this little build, putting it into a storage here and making sure that it goes in and becomes part of this. So the cryonite rod comes from here, another location back on our location. So this will be where we shoot into the delivery cannon. You can see it goes in here. If this drops below 2000, then it starts shooting again, and it will always top up this one. So we have 2000 of this in a passive provider chest, and then goes on a bus and gets into wherever it needs to go in. I think that's going to work just fine. These are working, and they're allowing our science to progress. If we just look at our science, everything is fully saturated and available, and they're just spinning. So we could actually get more, except we now blocked it off with this solar panel build. But the solar panel build is also super nice, because that is something we're going to need for future planets. And this is basically where we are, and I'm really happy with this, because we now have the structure of the bus. We have everything we are building is automatic. We are getting stuff automatically to orbit. If we look at down here, that's a giant base. If you want to see the details of the base, come to my Twitch streams, because it's a giant base, but it's also just a normal base. Like if you look at it, yeah, a lot of things are going on already. And down here, things are automatically ascending whenever there's a need for it in orbit. And in orbit, we are also just making a nice bus. Everything is automatic. All other things that are waste products almost are being recycled. Even iron and copper is being recycled here, and or when we get the scrap, it comes in, becomes iron copper ore, and then becomes iron and copper that is now available. Like 2000, 1.2k. It's not much, but it's something. And also we have a lot of you see here, a lot more of the platforms, so we can expand outwards and onwards and wherever we want. So this is a pretty damn good progress, and I hope you are enjoying it. Come to the Twitch stream, as I said, if you want the save games. That is for patrons. So if you want to get the save games, or you want to support the channel, then you can pledge on Patreon. The $5 pledge is gets you access to save games, and also gets you my eternal gratitude. So thank you very much, everyone, for supporting, liking, sharing, and commenting on my mistakes. As you can see, it just takes 10,000 people yelling at me at once, and then I will change my mind. So thank you for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.